All right, let's talk about something truly incredible. India's Space Odyssey. It's a journey that's led to a brand new celebration, National Space Day. We're going to cover it all, from the very beginning to what's coming up next.
So you might be asking, why August 23rd? What's so special about that date? Why is it such a huge deal, not just for India, but, for the whole world?
Well, here's why. Because on that day, in 2023, India did something no one else had ever managed. The Chandrayaan-3 mission stuck a perfect landing on the moon's south pole. We're talking about a place that's super tricky and had never been explored like this before. Absolutely history in the making.
And yeah, that one single moment was so huge, so important, that it sparked a whole new national celebration. But this day is about more than just looking back at one achievement. It's really meant to be a yearly reminder of what we can accomplish, right? It's all about firing up that passion for science and tech in the next generation. And to give you a little perspective here, this wasn't just a small step, it was a giant leap. It put India into a super exclusive club. Before this, only the US, Russia, and China had ever managed to land softly on the moon at all. So yeah, this was a massive moment.
What makes this win even more amazing, though, is the backstory. Chandrayaan-3 was all about resilience. It was born from the heartbreak of its predecessor, Chandrayaan-2, which had some real challenges during its landing attempt. It just goes to show you, learning from what went wrong is exactly how you pull off something perfect.
Okay, but to really get why this is so huge, we need to jump in our time machine and go way back. Almost 50 years, actually. Let's see where it all began.
And here it is. This is the starting line. Aryabhata, India's very first satellite, all the way back in 1975. Now, it was experimental, sure, but it was a huge statement. It was basically India saying, hey world, we're here, and we're going to build our own path in space.
And wow, the progress since then has just been incredible. I mean, think about it. You go from that first satellite to reaching Mars on your very first shot with Mongolian, then the historic moon landing we just talked about. Each win builds on the one before it. And now? Now the sights are set on the next big thing, putting people into space. But look, this isn't just about cool missions to far-off places. The impact of all this work is felt right here, on Earth, every single day. Let's dive into how this stuff actually affects our daily lives. This is really the so what part of the story. The tech that gets developed for space, it's used for the weather app on your phone. It's used to manage disasters and save lives. It even helps doctors in cities connect with patients in remote villages. It's not just out there. It's woven into the very fabric of life here. And all this success has lit a fire under a whole new industry. We're seeing this booming private space scene pop up. You've got these awesome startups like Skyroot Aerospace and Agni-Cool Cosmos that are just pushing the envelope and adding a whole new flavor to India's space game. Okay, so you've got this amazing program. You've landed on the moon. What's next? Where do you go from there? Well, the next chapter is maybe the boldest one yet. We're talking about sending astronauts into orbit. The mission has a name, Gaganyaan. And the goal is pretty straightforward but incredibly complex. Send a crew up into low Earth orbit and, just as importantly, bring them back home safely. If they pull this off, India becomes only the fourth country in the world to have its own human spaceflight capability. That's a huge deal. But Gaganyaan isn't just a one-and-done mission. It's really a stepping stone. All the tech they're developing, the life support, the super safe rockets, all the protocols, that's the foundation you need for the really big stuff later on. We're talking about missions back to the moon, to Mars, and who knows where else. And this is where it all ties together. It brings us right back to National Space Day and the theme for 2025, which, honestly, just sums up this whole journey perfectly. So the theme itself, it does a beautiful job of connecting all the dots, the past, the present, and the future. It's all about honoring that entire journey, from that very first satellite, Aryabhata, all the way to this next massive leap with Gaganyaan. And then it challenges all of us to think about, the infinite possibilities that are still out there. When you boil it down, it's really about three things. First, honoring the pioneers who got this all started. Second, celebrating the incredible things happening right now. And third, and this is the big one, inspiring the next generation to dream even bigger. I'm talking lunar bases, mining asteroids, a future that sounds like science fiction right now. So you go from one little satellite to landing on the moon, and now you're about to send people into orbit. It's been an absolutely wild ride. And it leaves you with one big question, right? As we look ahead, what is India's next infinite possibility out there in space?